Okay, so I just wanted to pop on here real quick and show you my meat haul, sort of more than just meat, I guess, but I wanted to go over some ways that I saved money at the grocery store this week on meat. So this here is, I think, from St. Patty's Day. It was only $14.95. You know, to feed a family of 4, that's a pretty good deal. I don't know if they freeze well. I bought another one. I might try to freeze. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know if you've done that before, how well these meal kits freeze. All right, so next I picked up these pork tenderloin fillet things. Didn't seem too unreasonably priced. The top one here, $7.27 a pound at 2.09 pounds. Seemed pretty realistic, so I picked up a couple of those. This is another one of my favorite tips for saving money on ground beef. I don't normally buy a lot of ground beef. It's been really, really expensive, but I finally got brave one day and decided to try these tubes of meat. I think that's why it freaked me out. It's like a giant tube of meat, but it's actually really good, and it's 5 pounds. I'm gonna try to divide them up into 3/4 pound packages to try to stretch, but it comes in at less than $4 a pound when I do that, which I think is really good for 80/20 and just really good in general. So that's a good tip for you to pick up one of these meat tubes. Don't be afraid of it. It's all good, and give it a whirl. The next part of my haul is the luncheon loaves. The light, it's actually really good. It's not terrible, and it's a lot cheaper than the regular Spam. I've never tried this here. I have the ham, which I haven't tried either, so I got a different flavor to try out. And then ground turkey in general is just really cheap compared to beef. So that's another tip for you, to go with the ground turkey instead. It's even a little bit healthier. So you might want to give that a whirl if you're looking to save some money this week at the grocery store. And next I have onions. So last week I was trying to get some onions for my son's birthday party, and they had a limit of 2. And before I was even able to check out of my cart online, it was an online order, the onions were gone. They were out of stock. So I picked up quite a few. I'm going to try to chop these up and freeze them so I have onions on hand. I've dehydrated some onions, but I feel like it's just easier to freeze them. Now I have minced onion and garlic salt. These were a pretty good deal at 98 cents a piece. The prices on these have virtually not changed at all. So these are still a really, really good deal. I'd recommend picking some of these up to get spices. Spices are really, really helpful. You know, if you're just eating a lot of beans and rice, get all the flavor you can to add to them. A trip to Walmart would not be complete without stopping by the budget bakery scratch and dent area. I decided to pick up these bagels. I don't really think it's that great of a deal, but they looked really good. So I'm going to freeze these if I need to. Bread freezes really well for a few weeks. So I'll probably end up freezing these little guys, but they look so tasty. So I wanted to throw them into my haul. And last but not least, the 20-pound bag of white rice. It is oh so my favorite. I like to get this. It's very, very cheap. It's $8.98 a pound. I don't know the exact math. I can put it up on the screen, but it's right around 1,000 calories a day for one person for 30 days. So obviously you need more than 1,000 calories, but that's really cheap to fill up your belly in an emergency situation. So it really will help stretch a lot of things like your canned meats, your frozen meats, vegetables, everything goes with rice. And for $8.98 a pound, or $8.98, I'm sorry, for 20 pounds, not a bad deal at all. I have a ton of jars down in the garage, and I really want to just fill them up and not have them be empty. A lot of people will fill their jars with water, which is also another really good idea. If you don't have any extra money for food, or anything else from your garden to throw in them, it's a good idea just to fill them with water. So today, I'm going to try to actually just fill up some extra jars with the rice. So keep those jars full, guys. Keep them full. I want to try that trick where I snap my fingers and it's all done. So that was a test run. Let's try it again and see if it works. 1, 2, 3. I portioned out the meat, the 5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef into 6 portions. So it's about 3/4 of a pound, which is pretty good. You know, you're practicing a little bit of rationing there to stretch that just a little bit more. It's not that big of a deal. I got 6 yellow onions cut up. And it's just kind of nice because I don't have to chop up an onion, waste a cutting board, all that stuff. You know, I just get it done, pull it out when I need a little bit to fry up some beef or whatever. Just pull it right out of the freezer. It's kind of convenient. And I'm doing some dry canning of some rice. I'm waiting for the lids to dry. I'm just going to cover them with regular lids. You know, a shelf life of rice is usually about 4 to 5 years past the best by date. That's good enough for me. I'm going to eat it up in that time frame. So I'm just going to put lids on. I'm going to reuse canning lids for this because I'm not trying to seal them or anything fancy, and just put them up for a few years. I still have a little bit left, and I'm also going to put that into some 2-liter soda bottles once they get cleaned and dried out. That way I have another vessel to store rice in. That is my money saving tips for this week's grocery shopping haul. Hopefully you guys got a little something out of this, and just stay the course, stay positive, and keep on prepping. Thanks for watching.